All right. So find a comfortable seat on your mat. Good morning, Joyce. Nice to see you. And take a minute to arrive here on your mat, wherever you might be, and transition into this hour of yoga, an hour for you, and an hour to learn to listen is what I wanted to talk about today. So that will be the theme of today's class. It's inspired by the week at Sagrada and the retreat and doing yoga twice a day. We did a lot of learning to listen and slowing down enough so that you can listen, and listening to the understanding how you listen, which may be very different than other people listen. We all have different cues and different ways of accessing that. So we'll explore that today. And since it's on my mind, I would love to have any of you join me in the fall at Sagrada, or in 2 weeks from today, Gail, who does yoga, and I, who's on the Zoom, are teaching a retreat, a one-day retreat at Pie Ranch. So for anyone kind of near the Bay Area, it's absolutely beautiful place to spend a day. And there will be yoga and reflective writing, but you don't have to be a writer, and some mindfulness and amazing food. So I would love to see some of you in person. And then also tomorrow's podcast, I just want to share, it's a solo cast that I did right before the retreat started, based on the session about your relationship with yourself and treating yourself with more kindness, and reflects back to the last yoga class that we shared here about being more kind to yourself and being on a journey with your body and being a teammate with your own body and approaching life like that. So I think it's really special, and many people had asked for the recording of that session, which, because I was so in the moment, I didn't record. And so this podcast was my makeup for that, except I think it turned out way better. So I would really strongly encourage you to listen and enjoy, and go back to the yoga class from 2 weeks ago and explore that as well. And with that, let's explore today learning to listen. So allow yourself time to arrive. Tilt your pelvis forward and stack your spine up, one vertebrae upon the other. If you have something to sit on, it's really lovely. Either a block or a bolster or a blanket or a pillow. I highly recommend having one of those accessible for yoga to help loosen up the hip flexors in the front of the body when we sit all day, and slide towards the front. Connect the sit bones down as you do that, and legs can be crossed easily in front. Take an inhale once again through your nose, and an exhale, release. Another inhale. You can close your eyes if it feels comfortable for you. And a huge cleansing exhale. Notice your hands on your thighs. Notice whether it's easier for you to listen with them palm down or palm up. One will likely feel much more energetic, but where does the listening occur for you? Take a minute with your eyes closed if that works, or 6 feet in front of you loosely if it doesn't. And just notice palms open or palms down. And choose one and stay there. It will likely be different on any given day. And so allow yourself to explore that. Take another inhale through your nose. And a huge cleansing exhale, release. And take a listen here. Listen to your head. Perhaps it's full of noise and chatter. Can you send it some calm, some settling, some arriving, landing here on your mat, wherever in the world you may be, for this hour of quiet and calm, slowing down to listen. Is there something in your head, a message that's there, that when you quiet that mind chatter a little, you can hear? Rub your hands together, heat them up quite a lot. Rub, 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 rub. Place them over your eyes. Allow the heat to come in. Fingers will reach towards the ceiling, thumbs open to the sides. Don't press too hard. And notice there in the dark, if you can hear a little better what's going on in your mind. When you're ready, lower your hands, keeping the eyes closed. The light will be quite noticeable. And allow yourself a pause here to rest and notice. Perhaps you've noticed some yelling or noise from your chest space or your heart space here. Bring a hand to heart. And choose with your other hand, hand to belly or atop the hand to heart. Notice what feels more grounded, stable for you. And pause there. Taking some time here to listen. Taking an inhale, use the breath to help you slow down and to listen. Exhale, release. And notice if it's hard to take a deep breath. And use this time just to listen to why is it hard to take a deep breath? And can you deepen the breath? Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And pause in stillness here. Listen. Listen to your heart, or listen to your belly, or perhaps listen to both. Notice how it feels. Take a deep inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together once again. Perhaps you'll notice the heat still. Rub each finger pad against one another. Enjoy the sensation. Notice it, let it in. Thumbs connect together. Press the thumbs into your sternum as a connection. Take in a deep inhale. And an exhale, release. And set an intention for your practice today and perhaps for the week ahead. How might listening have something to do with it? Or did you hear something already when you listened that you want to bring forward to this practice or to the week ahead? And if it's not quiet enough yet to listen, perhaps it's just to listen, to learn to listen and notice and learn about yourself. Take in an inhale to seal that intention in. And then exhale, release. Lower your hands and slowly let the light come back in. Give yourself time to accommodate. Time to transition well, and time to arrive, land. Notice your sit bones with intention. Notice them ground downward, and notice if that feels grounded for you or not yet. Just listen. Engage your belly, your core. Reach your arms out and up towards the sky. Right thumb and middle finger grabs the left wrist, left hip grounds downward, tug gently to the right. Breathe into the left ribs, fanning them open. And exhale, release. Another huge inhale here, tug gently towards the right side. Use your belly for stability. And an exhale, release. Pause here to listen. Anything here, a message you need to know, want to know, get to know. Inhale, come back to center, switch the clasp of your hands. Ground the left hip downward. Sorry, right hip. Tug the right hand towards the left, stretch the whole right body, fan the ribs open. Exhale, release. Another huge inhale. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Clasp your fingers together, reach them towards the sky, shimmy tall, 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 lengthen the side body, engage your belly, and round forward into seated cat. Enjoy all the sensations in the back body here. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, slight arch back. Exhale, round, suck your navel in. Inhale, reach tall. One more, use the strength in your belly to round and arch. Arms reach out towards the side walls. Wrists flex, press the palms into the side wall. Wrap your arms in front, right elbow underneath the left. Come into eagle arms. Inhale, lift your elbows to shoulder height and exhale, pause. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. And exhale, lower your elbows into your belly. Drop your head and neck into the cradle of your arms. Release the back body. Keep your belly engaged and strong here. Breathe into the back body. Exhale, release. Another huge inhale into the back body. And an exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, come back upright. Untangle your arms, stretch them to the side wall. Arms fully engaged, wrists fully flexed, fingers spread wide, each one wide, equal pie shapes between each. Engage every finger, hand, muscle. Pinch your scapula together. Notice all the sensations there and enjoy them and release. Once again, fingers spread wide in all directions, arms engaged, pinch the scapula together, release. Wrap your arms in front in the opposite direction for eagle arms. Left elbow under right, thumbs come together, inhale to shoulder height. Exhale, pause. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pause. Inhale, lift up once again. Exhale, fold forward. Elbows come into the upper belly beneath the chest. Allow your head and neck to relax into the cradle of your arms. Close your eyes here. Take in 2 big breaths here. Notice if it's easier to listen here. Exhale, release. Or maybe not. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your elbows to shoulder height, untangle them, lower them down, roll them out, bathe them with the movement and enjoy it. Both directions. And stretch your legs long in front. You can stay up on a block or a bolster or move it out of the way, whatever feels good to you. If you are off the bolster, you'll have more of a stretch in the hamstrings. Move the flesh of the seat out of the way here. With intention, ground your sit bones downward, connect to the earth, tilt the pelvis forward, and stack your spine, hinging slightly at the waist. Already you may notice a stretch in the back of the legs. Hinge forward at the waist and slowly walk your hands down your legs towards your shins, noticing the wake up in the back of the legs. And pause where it feels good, not an overstretch, really a wake up call. Spread your toes wide, wake them up, spread wide, 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 fully engaged. Relax the toes. Point your toes gently and flex your toes towards your nose. More waking up. Point your toes and flex your toes. See if you can walk your hands forward another inch or two. Enjoy the wake up in the back of the legs, hinge at the waist. It's a fold forward, but not a rounded fold forward. Slowly walk your hands up your thighs to your knees, to your groin. Spread the legs out wide. Once again, you can stay up on the bolster or on the floor, whatever works for you. With intention, tilt the pelvis forward though. Legs are spread wide, wide, wide. Ankles are flexed. Notice the sensations in the back of the thigh here. And enjoy it. Take your hands, both hands, place them in front of you on the floor or on the mat. Once again, hinge with a flat back at the waist, walking your hands forward. Legs straight, knees straight, like fully engaged. Take a check of your toes. Are they in line with your knees? And pause here for a minute. More wake up. With kindness, send the breath to everything. Listen to the messages in those legs. Lots of energy shifting, releasing. Stretch your toes wide again. Notice what happens there. And release. Walk your hands back up to your pelvis. Bring your hands behind you. Lift up an inch and see if you can't spread your legs a little wider. And just enjoy that sensation. Point your toes and flex your toes. Spread your toes wide and relax. Hands come to the outer edge of your thighs. Bring the soles of your feet together. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or Baddha Konasana, which is butterfly pose. You're upright. And bring the soles together. Rock side to side. If you're up on a block, you'll notice this feels different. You can also slide the block or bolster out depending on how you feel. Some days you need more support, some days less. And notice, listen. Tilt your pelvis forward. Stack your spine all the way up through the neck to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the head tall. Exhale, drop your shoulders and your knees slightly. Inhale, lengthen, tall, tall, tall. Hands rest lightly on the ankles or the arches, whatever works for you. Tall, fill up the chest with nourishing breath. And exhale, knees press towards the floor, shoulders drop again. Take a minute here to enjoy. Close your eyes. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly and take a listen. Any messages here? Can you hear better in this spot? Or not as well? Open your eyes. Bring your hands to your thighs and still allow yourself a minute to transition to accommodate. Stretch your legs long in front. I'm going to sweep them around the side, take out whatever you happen to be sitting on, and come to hands and knees. If you need a block or a blanket under your knees, listen to that. Notice if your knees are very sensitive. And if they need more cushion, arrange for that. If not for today, on another day, set yourself up for success. Come to hands and knees. Hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Tops of the feet graze the floor. Spread your fingers wide, all 10 fingers spread wide, wide, wide. 10 knuckles pressed downward, palms pressed downward. Arms fully engaged. All of this is to protect the wrists, humeral heads, and the shoulder sockets. Draw your attention to your belly. For some of you, your belly is going to be your inner knowing, not your heart, not your head. So just notice as you use your belly, what are the messages it sends? Stretch the right leg long behind you. Engage your belly, raise your heel about 6 inches, keep it below hip height. Press the heel into the back wall. Take an inhale. Exhale, reach the left arm long in front, balance here. See if you can close your eyes. Stretch long and listen as you balance. Notice the swaying and everything working together. Any messages come here. Lower your left hand, right knee, come back to center. Take the weight out of your hands, just rock side to side, release them. Bring your fingers to the outer edge of the mat, rock side to side here. Notice the release in the forearms a bit. Turn the fingers towards your knees. Rock gently forward and back. Weight is going to be more in your knees here, and enjoy all those sensations in the forearms. They're somewhat fabulous. And listen to make sure you don't overdo it. Turn your fingers back towards the outer edge of the mat, towards the front. Come down onto your elbows. Flip your palms down, forearms on the mat. Stretch back into sort of a high child's pose. Breathe into the back between the scapula, into the shoulders. You'll notice a lot of funky sensations. You can use a block under your forehead here if that feels good also. Especially if you like to ground with the third eye. So perhaps try it. Bring your forehead to the floor here or to a block. And notice as you connect your third eye into the earth, are the messages from within louder? Is your inner knowing or your wisdom there? You feel more settled, secure, grounded in this way. We're all a little different. Wiggle those elbows farther forward to just stretch a little more in the shoulder neck area and enjoy it. Huge inhale and exhale. Gently pick your head up, walk your hands back under your shoulders, move the block out of the way if it happens to be there. Inhale, raise your right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through, thread the needle. The back of the left arm is going to lie on the earth. Right ear will land on the earth. Walk the left fingers as far forward as you can. And enjoy it. Thread the needle pose. Breathe into the back of that right shoulder. And exhale. Notice if you can breathe more deeply now. And use these positions to bathe the lungs, all pockets of them, well. Allowing space. Space for listening, space for curiosity, space for acceptance, all those things. Gently wiggle the left fingers a little farther forward, stretch into the left armpit. A huge inhale and exhale, release. Walk the left fingers back, palm on the floor by your face, press into the left arm, reach your right arm up to the sky and lower it down. Come back to hands and knees, even things out. Draw your attention to your belly, your navel, your center. Draw your attention to your hands, ground them into the earth, fingers spread wide. Inhale, raise the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Back of the left arm lands on the earth. Left ear lands on the earth. Stretch the right arm as long as you can forward. Stretch the armpit. Feels weird, but do it. Feels amazing. Releasing. Breathe into the right armpit and the back of the left shoulder here. And all the spots in the back body in between. Notice your heart. Kind of flipped on the diagonal in this position, creating space for it to fill fully. Use the breath to create space here. Another deep inhale. And an exhale, release. Walk the right fingers a little farther forward a smidge. Breathe into every nook and cranny. Release. Walk your right hand palm by your face. Press into your hand, straighten your right elbow and untangle yourself. Reach the left arm high, lower it down. Notice how you feel. Take a listen. Inhale, slight arch into cow pose. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Sit bones reach towards the sky. Luxuriate in that front of the belly stretch. Exhale, round. Reach the navel all the way to the sky and luxuriate in this stretch in the opposite direction. Move luxuriously. Inhale for cow and exhale for cat. And your luxurious movement might be different than mine. So adapt if you want to move in a different way here or not move. Maybe it's stillness. One more, however you have noticed works for you, and we'll meet back in neutral tabletop. Take a pause here. Give yourself a moment to arrive. Connect downward to the earth. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes, and shoot your hips up into downward dog. Widen your feet. Press into the hands, straighten your arms, elbows in the elbow sockets. Sit bones reach high, high, high. Lift up high on your tiptoes, heels all the way towards the sky. Slowly lower them down. Notice all those sensations. Listen to the messages, the release in the back of the legs. It's a little bit of a noisy message here. Is there anything in it for you? Bend the left knee, press the right heel into the earth. Bend the right knee, press the left heel into the earth. Lift up both knees, sit bones high, high, high. Walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold. And fold forward. Grasp both elbows. Release your head and neck towards the floor fully. Knees can be bent, feet can be wide. Sway here a little to the right and to the left. Back and into your toes. Once again, sway back, lift up your toes. Sway forward, lower the toes onto the mat. Release your elbows, engage your belly, and slowly roll up, inch by inch by inch by inch. Your head will be the last to rise. Allow your arms to fall by your sides and just notice how you feel. Allow the blood flow a few moments to circulate. Wiggle your fingers. Notice here. Notice the soles of your feet, how they connect to the earth beneath. Tuck your knees, engage your thighs, tuck your pelvis, stack your spine, all the way up through the neck, lengthen towards the sky. Inhale, fill your chest. And exhale, release, heart is light. Take a moment here to listen. Eyes can close. Bring your hands to belly. Notice any messages there. Bring your hands to your heart. Check in there. Palms together, finger pads touch. Bring your thumbs to your forehead this time and take a listen there. Don't judge whatever you hear, just let it be. Lower your hands down by your waist, open them up, open out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, back of the legs, stretch, sit bones stick out. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Palms flat to the earth, top of the push-up. Pause here, strong, strong, strong. Flat back. Shift your weight forward, bend your knees, untuck your toes. Slowly lower down, chaturanga. Hug those elbows in towards you. Lower all the way down. Forehead on the earth, tops of the feet on the earth. Inhale, Rise up to low cobra, heart shines forward, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower down. Once again, inhale for low cobra, a little higher this time. Heart shines forward with intention. Exhale, lower down. And pause here. Third eye connects to the earth below. The front of your sit bones will connect to the earth below, and the tops of your feet are connecting to the earth. Your palms are also connected to the earth. Take a moment and listen in this position, a different perspective. Any messages here for you? And which part of your body is the loudest? Is it the third eye, the intuition, the inner knowing? Is it your sacral area, the front of your hips? Is it your palms on the earth? Your chest probably squished into the earth? Notice where your messages come from. Lower your forearms to the earth. Walk them forward in front of you, palms face flat. We're going to come up into Sphinx pose. Lift up gently. Front of the hips grounds into the earth. Engage your buttocks and don't lift up too high. Protect your lower back. Come up to a spot that feels good. Inhale into the chest. And exhale, release into Sphinx. Noticing the sensations in the back body here. And noticing the connection to the earth of the front body. Huge inhale and exhale, release. Slowly lower yourself down. Press back to child's pose. Knees apart, toes together. Walk your fingers as long in front of you as you can. Sink your hips back down and low. Fingers stretch long, 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 all the way in front. Third eye, forehead connects to the earth. Huge inhale into the chest space, filling it with breath and light, kindness, inspiration. What does it mean? Another huge inhale through the nose and a huge exhale. Just sending things into the earth below, into that space between your body and the floor. And pause. Perhaps here's a spot you listen well. You may notice it's your third eye that gets the messages, or you may notice it's your groin area sinking back towards your hips. Allowing yourself to get quiet and still enough to listen. And if the mind chatter won't stop, just allow it to be there. It's perhaps the message. Rise back up to tabletop, curl your toes, and lift up into downward dog once again. Walk the dog, one heel and then the other. Sway your hips, kind of have fun with it. Ground both hands into the earth. Take a minute, spread all 5 fingers on each hand, wide, wide, wide. Palms connect downward. Left ball of the foot connects downward. Inhale, raise your right leg up towards the sky. Point the toe and flex the toe. Point the toe and flex the toe. Gently bring your knee to your chin underneath you, coming into a plank with your knee towards your chin. Exhale, stretch the leg high. Bring your knee into your right elbow. Stretch your leg high. Bring your knee in towards your left elbow across your body. It won't go all the way. Exhale, stretch tall. And lower that right foot down. Reorganize. Transition well. Connect your hands into the earth. sole of the right foot into the earth. Inhale, raise your left leg towards the sky. Point the toe towards the back of the mat or back wall. Flex your toe. Point your toe. Flex your toe. Bring your knee towards your chin, middle of your hands. Exhale, stretch it, tall, 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 press back. Bring your knee towards your left elbow. Stretch it up towards the sky. Notice your breathing and what works for you here. Bring your knee towards your right elbow. Exhale, stretch towards the sky. Lower that left foot towards the earth. Adjust your hands. Your wrists may be sending you a message. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Come into a high lunge. Widen your feet. Inhale, raise your arms up towards the sky. Back foot is facing towards the front of the mat and heel is slightly off the ground. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky. Potentially wiggle your right toes farther forward. Inhale, stretch long, both side bodies, top fingers reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, stretch your fingers tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into your hips a little more. Send some love to the front of that left hip. Left hand comes to the left hip crease. Stretch the right fingers towards the left. Enjoy it. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, blowing it out. 1 breath here. Exhale, sending everything out over the right. Raise your left arm up towards the sky. Drop your hands to either side of the right foot. Shift your weight into your right foot. You're going to walk your hands forward. Raise your left leg up into a half split. If you have blocks, you can use those, or you can just raise it. And raise it to hip height is for most of us a half split. You'll notice your right hip engage here. Send it some love. Inhale and exhale. Another deep inhale here. Point the toe and half split and flex it. Lower it down alongside the right. Come into a forward fold. If you have the blocks under your hands, use them. It's a luxurious way to do a forward fold. You can even place your forearms on them and let your head hang. Wiggle your feet, adjust your stance so it feels good. Listen. And take a minute here in the forward fold to notice the sensations of your feet. They're a tool for grounding and listening to the wisdom of either the earth or perhaps your messages come up through them. Notice your toes and the soles of your feet connecting to the earth. Notice all the sensations. When you are ready, slowly engage your belly and roll up to stand. Vertebrae by vertebrae, move slowly, kindly. Allow yourself to arrive. Something most of us never do. We move from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. At Sagrada in the shower, it says the hot water takes time to arrive. And that's going to be my new thought. Thinking that the hot water also is the soothing, it's the deliciousness, the things that feel good. And so you need to take time to arrive, and that those things take time and pushing, and there's no way to make the hot water come faster than it's going to come. And so being patient and allowing things to unfold with curiosity. Notice how you feel here. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Take a moment to use the grounding of your feet. Notice. Lift up onto your tiptoes and balance here. Bring your hands to heart-centered, palms together, thumbs connect. Connect your thumbs into your sternum to use to help you balance as high up on your tiptoes as it works for you. You may notice some shaking. Take an inhale. And an exhale, slowly bend the knees and lower down. inch by inch by inch by inch. Butt sticks back a little, bend the knees, slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, rise up slowly. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles, enjoy them, but focus. Lower your heels down and shake them out. Release your hands, roll your shoulders. Have a little fun with it. We'll do a tree pose now also. Lift up the toes on your left foot, lower them down. Kickstand the right foot or bring the sole of the foot to the calf. Notice what feels good to you. I encourage you not to bring your leg all the way up today unless you're really inspired to do that. It's not better, it's a different experience. So notice whether it's kickstand on the floor or on the calf. Please don't put the sole of your foot on your knee. Draw your right knee back gently. Bring your hands to heart to help with balance and focus on a spot on the floor that's not moving. Take in an inhale and an exhale. Ground downward into the earth through the left foot. Extend your branches towards the sky. Spread your fingertips wide, sway a little in the breeze. And notice where your balance and your strength comes from. Is it your core? Do you notice your heart in this position? Do you notice that foot rooting downward? What is it for you? Huge inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to heart center or to the sides if you're wobbling. Don't watch me today. Lower your foot down and come to rest. Roll your ankles, release any tightness. And allow the tightness and or the lack of balance to be. Some days we're balanced, some days we're not. Forcing it doesn't help. Enjoying it and exploring it is useful. Raise your right five toes off the earth. Ground the four corners of the right foot into the earth and lower it down. Kickstand the left foot onto the right calf and or sole of the foot on the calf. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Take a moment here to arrive. Root with your toes downwards. Establish strong roots for your tree. Press the left knee back gently, engaging the left glute. So take an inhale. Exhale, stretch your branches tall, fingers wide. Allow yourself to sway a little. And just notice here, maybe very different than the other side where your strength comes from. You may be much more balanced on one side than the other. Just notice that, listen. Bring your hands back to heart center, left knee forward, lower things down, roll them out. And if you are not at the top of your mat, come back to the top of your mat. Connect your feet into the earth. Take a moment, inhale deeply, and exhale. Lower your arms by your sides. Open the mountain up towards the sky, slight arch back, fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Palms come to the earth, step back for plank, and pause here. Strong and stable. Shift your weight forward. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, lower down, chaturanga towards the earth. Forehead connects to the floor, third eye downward. Weight is out of your hands. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale up for low cobra, shoulders down and back, heart shines forward with intention. Lower down. Curl your toes, press up to downward dog, and give yourself a minute to arrive. Inhale deeply. And a huge flushing everything out, exhale. Take a moment to organize your hands. All 5 fingers spread wide, 5 knuckles pressed down, both palms pressed down. Protect your wrists, engage your arms, and tuck your humeral heads into the shoulder sockets. Take good care. Press into your arms, hips reach up and back. Notice the right ball of the foot, lift your toes up, lower them down. Engage your belly, raise your left leg to the sky. Gently bring it between your hands, come into a high lunge on this side. Take a moment to arrive. Back foot is jet lining towards the front of the mat. The back heel is not on the earth here. Inhale, stretch the side body, long, long, long. Arms reach tall, tall, tall. Exhale, sink into your hips, lower down. Inhale, stretch tall. Everything strong in your core and your center. Exhale, sink. One more breath here. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, right hand comes to the right hip crease. Stretch the left fingers towards the right here. Enjoy it. One more breath. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come to either side of the left foot. We're going to shift our weight into that left foot, coming into a half split, half splits on this side. Grab your blocks. Shift your weight into your blocks or into the floor. Raise your right leg up towards the sky. A few moments of balance here. Point the right toe and flex the right toe. Point the right toe and flex the right toe. Slowly bring it down alongside the left foot. Sink back into chair pose. Hands come to heart center and pause. Hips down and low, back straight, gazes forward. Drop your head, straighten your knees, fold forward completely and release your hands. Enjoy it. Huge inhale here. And an exhale, release. Engage your belly, roll up. Inch by inch by inch, all the way to stand. And we'll slowly transition to seated. We're going to do a couple minutes of yoga mudra, which is legs crossed gently. Some of you will want to bring your right ankle to your left knee in a double pigeon pose, or you can have your legs just crossed easily. Move the flesh of your seat. Bring your hands to your knees. Tilt your pelvis, stack your spine, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. And exhale, release and drop the shoulders. Close your eyes. Connect, flip your palms over. Palms open to the sky. Connect your thumb and index finger. Connect your thumb and middle finger. Connect your thumb and ring finger. Connect your thumb and pinky finger. Connect your thumb and index finger. And pause here. You can stay here, or if you wish, grab a block if you have one, or both, stack them in front of you, and lower your forehead or your third eye to the block. You check out the screen, I'm modeling it. But you can also stay seated, eyes closed. Whatever feels right for your belly. Taking a moment here to slow down and listen. Sealing in the work of the practice today. If you have your ankle on your knee, go ahead and switch to the other side. So the left ankle will be atop the knee. If you're in an easy cross-legged position, stay where you are. Lift your forehead up if it's on the block and pause upright for another minute, giving yourself time to accommodate, to adjust, to arrive, to transition well. Slowly open your eyes and release your fingers. Move the blocks out of the way if you have them, and straight your legs long, long, long in front. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Connect your sit bones downward, engage your belly, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, round forward this time, coming into a forward fold, different than what we did earlier. Allow your head and neck to release completely, folding forward. Hands can be on your shins or your toes. Pause here and relax. Excuse me. Inhale into the backs of the legs, every nook and cranny of the back body. Gently walk up your knees to your shins, to your thighs. Raise your arms to be parallel with your legs and roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Use your belly, roll down with purpose and intention. Don't just flop. And allow yourself to arrive on the floor, palms open towards the sky, about 6 inches from your waist, toes released towards the side of the mat. And take a minute here of pause. Pause and be present. Enjoy the sensations. Listen. Flip your palms over, bend your knees, walk your heels towards your butt, towards your fingers. Press into the hands, palms are on the earth. Shift your hips up towards the sky, come into an easy bridge. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you, grasp your fingers together underneath you if you can reach. If not, grab the outer edges of your mat and tug forward towards your heels. Reach your hips up, engage your glutes, knees connect energetically. Shifting energy, shifting perspective. Noticing what comes up here. Your heart may feel light or it may feel shoved up in your throat. And just notice, attend to that. Untuck your shoulders. Release your hands and slowly roll down, inch by inch by inch by inch by inch, till you arrive. Place your right ankle atop your left knee. Thread your hands through to the back of the left thigh. Pick up the left foot. Come into an easy figure four. Right elbow presses into the right knee. Both ankles are flexed to protect the knees. Enjoy the sensation in the outer right thigh. Send it some kindness and love. Listen to its message, perhaps. Huge inhale here. And an exhale, release. Release the thigh. Lower the left sole of the foot to the floor. Bring your arms out to a T if you have space for that, and to whatever if you don't. Allow the right sole of the foot to fall to the left, coming into a figure four twist here. Arms in a T. You'll notice a release in the upper right waist. Take an inhale. Gaze to the right, if that feels good for you. Three breaths here. Left leg, the outer upper left leg is on the earth. The left knee is on the floor or close to it. Gently bring your knees back to center. Even out your hips. Left sole of the foot flat to the floor, uncross your knees. Even your hips out yet again here. Place the left ankle atop the right knee. Thread your hands behind the right thigh. Flex your feet, flex your ankles. Come into an easy figure 4 on this side. Both ankles flex to protect the knee. Left elbow presses into the left knee. Listen to the messages coming from that left outer thigh. Three more deep, nourishing, cleansing breaths into that left thigh. Use the breath to be curious, sending oxygen, poking into the nooks and crannies of tightness. Release the right thigh. Bring your hands back to a T. Lower the left sole of the foot to the right. Right sole of the foot points to the left. Outer edge of the right thigh on the floor, right knee on the floor. Inhale, gaze to the left. Gently bring your knees, gaze back to center. Knees back to center. Right sole of the foot to the earth. Uncross your legs. Readjust your hips. Readjust your shoulders. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hand to heart, hand to belly. A moment of Supta Baddha Konasana. Very much a listening pose. Your right hand can be on your navel or on your sacrum. You can also opt for both hands on your belly or both hands on your heart. Notice what works for you. Noticing the heart slow. You can stay here for Shavasana if you wish, so I recommend a block or a bolster under your knees for support, or bring your hands to your outer thighs, draw your knees together and extend your legs long in front. Allow the toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat, palms open about 6 inches from your waist. Take a minute to get comfortable. If your lower back doesn't like this, get yourself a bolster and place it under your knees for support. Om Mano Padme. And if you have questions about props, feel free to email me. I'm happy to share what I like. I'm not invested in any of these companies, except for what I use myself. Take a huge inhale into your chest here, puffing up your belly, filling it with air. Exhale, release. Straighten your knees, straighten your arms, squeeze your face tight. Every muscle engaged, engaged. Squeeze the buttocks, lift the feet and the hands off the earth. Everything tight, eyes tight, teeth clenched. Release everything. And allow yourself to melt, to soften into the mat. A few moments here to rest. So honor diastole. To refill, to replenish, to enjoy. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms long above and your toes long in front. Take in a huge inhale, big as you can. Exhale, release. Another huge inhale, stretching, filling up, enjoying. Exhale, release. Roll over to one side, your favorite side, and pause. Thank yourself for taking the time to take care of you today, to get still enough and quiet enough to listen. And take a moment to appreciate or acknowledge what you heard. What messages is your body sending? When you're ready, slowly press into your hands and come up to a comfortable seat. If your bolster or block is handy, I invite you to sit back atop. Legs crossed easily. Tilt your pelvis forward, stack your spine, reach the crown of your head tall, exhale your shoulders. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly. Take in an inhale and an exhale. Bring your hands to heart center, palms together, thumbs together. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Take in an inhale and an exhale. A moment to connect to your intention for the week ahead. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. May you all be well. May you all be safe. May you all be loved. May you all be happy. And may you all have a beautiful week with a few moments of stillness and quiet to listen. Namaste.